Ooh, what is it? Oh, it's so me, man. I can't explain to you guys how deflated I feel even just starting another episode. This is the sort of episode that was the sort of episode which leads me to want to stop. Because, let me explain to you, let me just go through everything that happened after that reaction, because I didn't speak at all. Too angry, too frustrated. I didn't even record an outro, by the way, if you're wondering. I actually went and ranted to my mum. Let me go through that. If you don't want to watch this for whatever reason, then I'll leave a timestamp for you to skip ahead, guys. But basically, consider this what you should have seen at the end of the last reaction. That's probably one of the most horrific ones I've had to watch, if I'm completely honest with you. So much was going on, and there was a lot that sort of is supposed to happen going forward, which I seem to not really care about because of what we've just seen. Anyway, look, let's start with the obvious elephant in the room, guys. Glenn. I can't explain to you guys how mad I am. I remember, like, right at the first few seasons, easily my favourite character. He sort of went through this period which I sort of drifted away from Glenn, not disliking him, but to starting to build into that character again, which I just love. And then that kind of death. And let's not even get started on the kind of bloody death it was. Anyway, what went through my brain? The very first thing that went through my brain while it was happening was, surely that's not Glenn that's being torn apart. Like, I've got the scene up. I'm going to mute it so you guys don't have to hear the how mental it is. Okay, this is the first thing that went through my head. The way that Glenn is holding Nicholas. Actually, let me start with this statement. A lot went through my brain which may sound delusional. It may sound completely and utterly deluded. Simply because I'm clinging onto some hope, or the slim chance that what we've just witnessed isn't legitimate. Glenn is holding Nicholas in this way. This is the first bit that gave me hope, because the way they fall, Nicholas would have had to have fallen somewhere onto Glenn's chest. If we play the whole thing, even when they get all the way down to this part, when they're borderline hitting the ground, they're practically on top of each other. First bit of hope for me is that. Not just also the fact that they're wearing very similar clothing. Yes, I went through the scene and dissected the crap out of it. They're wearing very similar coloured clothing. Now, if we go push forward, here it looks kind of weird because you don't really see Nicholas fall on him. So, like, I don't really know, like, what to think about that. Like, where is Nicholas? But, I mean, all you see is Glenn's head, right? Keep playing, keep playing, keep playing. The very first next shot we see, not Glenn scrambling to get up, which leads me to believe that Nicholas is still on top of him, but then a picture of Glenn's face and only Glenn's face. We don't see Nicholas at all in this scene. Like, usually when they show a character getting torn apart, they will show a character getting torn apart. I mean, they may very well have. This may be Glenn getting torn apart. I don't know. But I'm trying not to think that that's true. Body being torn apart. Glenn screaming. If I'm right about this, they want you to think he's in pain. Either he is in pain, or he's screaming because of what's happened to Nicholas, and he couldn't save him. Like, I sort of see this face and, like, I don't know. I keep watching it thinking to myself, does it look like he's in pain, or does it look like he's sad? The thing is, it really does look like they're digging into his goddamn body, doesn't it? Holy sh... I can't get it out of my head. But anyway, the reason I'm talking about this is because they show this whole scene of the walkers munching back on what appears to be Glenn, and it probably is Glenn. Like, look, the odds of him surviving that are slim to none. Literally slim to freaking none. I'm thinking, oh, maybe it's Nicholas on top of Glenn. Maybe Glenn's not actually being eaten right now. Something distracts the walkers. Maybe the guts fall all over him, and then they lose interest. Maybe he finds a way into whatever this little cupboard thing is to get away from them. Maybe there's some big distraction. Maybe there's something that draws them away. Maybe, on the slimmest freaking chances, this is not how Glenn dies. That's where I'm at. That's what my brain was struggling with. When you don't know if someone dies in a show and it's kind of not vague. This does not look vague. Like, if you look at the scene, you're probably looking at me and laughing right now going, are you dumb? How on earth would Glenn be alive after this? That's probably what you're thinking. Yes, I'm looking at myself right now and I'm thinking, 1,000,000 to 1, he's dead. Or he's alive. Which means I've got a lot of shit to deal with this episode and I don't want to have to deal with it. There's so many little I don't know, man. I don't want to accept it. I don't want to accept it. Anyway, that's where my head was at throughout that whole scene, and then the rest of the night, all I was thinking about was, I really want to search up whether he dies. I don't want to have to wait. I need to know, because he feels like my family, you know? And yes, I know, it's just a TV show, and people are going to be like, look, come on, man, it's just a TV show, like, what the fuck? I don't watch stuff like that. Genuinely, this broke me. I can't help but feel like, if he is gone, what this is going to do to Maggie... Shit, man. I just don't want to accept it. I don't want to accept it. I know that's realistic because you don't get to pick and choose which deaths are like this and which deaths have, like, you know, big goodbyes, and you don't get to pick and choose that kind of stuff, but I can't believe it. I'm holding on. I'm being optimistic with that as my current background. Any other character outside of Inner Circle, my brain, no, he's gone. He's dead. And then we end the episode with Rick in this camper van with a whole horde of walkers walking in a direction. Probably to Alexandria. We're going to start the episode, guys. I just wanted to get all that out. This is the most reluctant I've ever been to press play on a TV show.
You said you liked talking. I remember that.
Oh, this is going to be... So he didn't kill him. Oh, gosh.
And you said that you want everything that I have.
Morgan, look at the tears in his eyes. He doesn't want to do this.
Every last bit.
Whoa. Yeah, this was the peak of his, unstableness.
We weren't supposed to be there. You were supposed to.
Here's not,
you know you were supposed to.
Oh. Okay. Morgan origin? No, not quite. I'm not ready. I want to know, man. It's weird because I want to see the fallout. If he is dead, I want to see the fallout of it. Because it will allow me to accept it. What's with the, like, blurry pulsating? Almost gives me the vibe of, like, he's hunting something. Jesus, he's got no problems. Oh! Because we've also learnt that fire lures walkers as well, eh? So surely someone set some big-ass fire so Glenn can... Bro, Morgan has zero. Look at his face. No fear. Here's a really weird question. What did they say? Like 90-something% of the population already fell, right? Or something like that? Or am I pulling that number out of, you know, where? I wonder what the actual number would be. How many walkers every alive person would have to kill in order to, like, kill all the walkers? Claire. It's on like a mission. Brothers, do you know who you're running to? It's gonna be long for you. I thought he had issues with killing people. Huh? Bro, so something has clicked in him. Holy shoot. Hey. Pointless acts. And Morgan almost seems... I don't want to jump the gun and say he's got dissociative identity, because I don't think he does, but he's suffering trauma. He's seriously going to PTSD, right, after what happened with his kid. Oh yeah, look at that. Please leave him alone.
Can you step away from the goat? He's not yours.
Morgan's just got no...
Put the gun down and we'll talk. Have some falafel?
Shoot, kill me.
Looks like you haven't eaten for a while.
Falafel? Is this guy a vegetarian? Oh yeah, this is going to be the guy that taught him 100%. Based on that swearing action. Look at him. Oh, this person had a kid at some point.
Kill me.
Oh.
Kill me! Kill me! Kill me! Kill me.
Well, he's clearly quite capable. But he's all by himself. How has no one stumbled across his, humble abode and tried to...
You shot at me. I fed you. Please don't hurt her.
Yeah, don't hurt the goat.
Good night.
So he's almost like he teaches Morgan the art of zenning. Can I call him Master Oogway instead? Because is it Master? Who's the one with the stick? And my other question is, why didn't Morgan, if he truly gets trained by this guy and finds his inner peace in a way, why did he not just be peaceful? Why did he want to find us?
Oh, that.
Oh, he's trying to make cheese.
That's terrible. I'm from Atlanta. I'm a forensic psychiatrist.
Oh, wow.
The state employed me to determine if certain people who did very bad things would do them again if they were released from prison.
Dude, what a cool skill, or knowledge base that would be to have in a group.
What did you do, or what do you do now?
I clear
What the hell does that mean?
walkers, people, anything that gets anywhere near me.
Clear.
I kill them. I clear.
Oh, that's what that is.
Why?
Even people.
Because that's why I'm still here.
That's the biggest load of horseshit I ever heard.
I like this guy.
It's PTSD. You've been through trauma.
Well, I knew he'd have that.
You see that blood on the end of my step? That was 2 men. I stabbed one through the throat. Other one I strangled, no rope, just my hands.
Morgan's almost telling him everything. It's like he's confessing, he's confessing to this person. This guy's not going to look at this and go, I mean, if this guy was a psychopath and wanted to live, he wouldn't be telling me this nonsense. If this guy's a good person and doesn't want to live, he would be telling me this nonsense. And then want to help him. It's like, I get really good moral vibes from him.
I saw a wedding ring. You had someone you loved, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Be careful though, speaking about that so soon.
You love them a lot if you're like this.
It sucks because, I see this guy as almost like the perfect person to want in your group. He just gives me that vibe already. But he's not with Morgan. Either Morgan leaves him or he dies.
I assure you, one of those doors leads out, my friend.
See, I don't have any friends.
Get to know me?
Oh, I'm gonna kill you.
Why?
Because I have to clear.
See, that's the thing.
How can you blame... You can't blame that mindset. I have to clear. After what happened to his son, to his wife, to keep himself alive, he just has to clear. And the crazy thing is, I don't think it's just coming from a him perspective. It's also coming from I should have cleared. And he's in this perpetual loop of, I should have done this. I should have done this and they would still be alive. And like this guy's saying, he keeps opening that door and he sees the same crap again. And that's the trauma. That's the cycle. Blah, 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 blah. PTSD.
We're not built to kill.
I don't mean like that, by the way. I mean round and
claws or
circles.
fangs or armor. I've interviewed over 825 people who've done terrible things. I've only met one evil person. Some of them were born with bad brains. Some of them got sick along the way. The rest were just damaged people, but they could heal.
The problem with that mindset, though, if we compare that specific mindset to a situation with the governor, and I remember going through that episode when we had the backtrack with the governor going, does he need to die if he just goes off into the sunset and just pisses off and doesn't care about us anymore and leaves? Should we just hunt him? Should we go out and hunt him? I remember asking myself that, going, I don't know the answer, because I don't actively want to hunt him. I don't want him coming near us. If he comes near, I'll kill him if I have to. The group almost sort of accepted that a little bit. Almost everyone did. But then look where it got us. That's what I'm saying. This guy's logic, everyone can have a return. Yes, as long as you've got this kind of setup, which is 95% secure. It just becomes a matter of eventually you're going to get someone that does break out and they do kill you. There's no comeback from it,
That door right there, the cell door, it's open. I threw the key in the river a while back. I'm not going to hold you anymore. Stay. Crash on the couch. And we'll try to find you another way.
Oh my god.
You stay or you go. I will not allow you to kill me.
Yeah, I don't think Morgan would
I
successfully...
will not allow that.
Bro, do you have your stick? I've seen Morgan hand a lot of asses to people. See, that's the, oh my god, he goes into that tunnel vision. Crap.
Stop.
He doesn't need to clear. It's quite sad, actually, man. All I can say is, how glad am I? How glad...
Shit.
Oh, am I that Morgan has found a guy like this? But I don't know what you can do to get Morgan to just... At this point, what can you do? It's like when that sort of mode kicks in, he can't control it. Clear. Whoa.
Kill me.
This guy's gone through his own crap, man. You can see it in his eyes. If only, and I know the crazy thing is he doesn't end up with Morgan. If only this kind of guy could have ended up in a group like ours. Think about the wonders he could do for Rick. I mean, I don't know if he would be able to help Rick as much as he helps Morgan. I think he helps Morgan. Wow, so he puts himself back in the cage. But that guy's got to have some guts, man. Holy shoot.
It was Aikido. That's how I kicked your ass earlier. Well, that's how I redirected your ass.
Oh, redirection. So that's what it is, like Ip Man.
I've been a vegetarian for a while now.
So he is a vegetarian.
That damn goat was going to make me a vegan. I don't kill, but I'm not giving up on chocolate anytime soon. Will you watch Tabitha while I'm gone? Can you do that for me?
Watch the goat. Read that baby book. Aikido means not to kill, although nearly all creeds have a commandment against taking up one reason or another. I'm Aikido, however, we try to completely avoid killing even the most evil person. Surely he understands though that sometimes there's no choice. This can be an ideal, but it can't necessarily, it might not necessarily be perfect, you know. Don't you... No way! Oh good, thank freaking goodness, that's not being munned back already. Come on. Whoa. Oh, here comes the clear. Oh, the ghost like snapping him back into it. Yeah. But that'd so be me, eh? The animals will save me. Jesus. Now we've got a Philip Walker. Meh. 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 And I still can't stop thinking about Glenn. Every time I get a break in a scene, Glenn. There we go. Is that supposed to be Morgan's theme? They're like... Dun, 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 dun. That's supposed to be his theme, eh? But what a long episode. Holy shoot. It's like in the middle of the series as well. How did they get this on TV?
It's about redirecting.
So here's a Rocky training montage. I like this, man. This is such a cool episode. And he's got to get his cheese right. Surely he gets his bloody cheese right before he goes. Ooh, what is it? Oh, it's so me, man. What is that? Is it melon?
Do you want some peanut butter and melon? Really want some peanut butter and melon?
To accept everyone.
To protect everyone.
And in doing that, protect yourself.
Why do you have a cell in your cabin?
Yeah, it's a good question, man.
In my job, I interviewed over 800 men and 25 women. I was evaluating a man by the name of Crichton Dallas Wilton. Despite doing some truly unspeakable acts, he was up for parole. And he was one of the most damn likable people I had ever met. I was interviewing him next to the cafeteria, and there was this moment. I knew that Crichton knew that I knew exactly what he was. And that model prisoner of 10 years stood up, smiled, and just cracked me across the face. And then he was on top of me.
But why does that mean you've
Floor
got a
polisher next door was thudding out every
prison
sound.
in your home?
He got out. Crichton Dallas Wilton went to my home and killed my wife, my daughter, and my son. He surrendered.
Oh my gosh.
I built that cell with the full intention of bringing Crichton Dallas Wilton here, putting him behind those bars and watching him starve to death.
And did you?
I have come to believe that all life is precious.
I feel like 99.999999999% of people would genuinely just crack if that happened. Or did he come to the realization after he did it?
You're good at it. Redirecting.
Even just mental energy, eh? Like, he doesn't let anything consume him. It's just like, one mental thing comes one way, direct. One physical thing comes the other, direct.
Who did you lose?
My wife and son,
Their names.
Jenny and Dwayne.
I'm sorry.
This guy's freaking amazing, man. Like, it's like
Never be sorry.
you wanna know what it feels like? Like, his character, it feels like a breath of, like, how do I describe this? Like, I've gone through a lot of oh, for God's sakes, like, and I lose my moral side and I'm losing it, and I almost feel like Rick, like I'm slowly detaching from it, or being able to detach myself from it when I need to just be us and only us. He's almost like opening my third eye to, like, dude, like, keep this open.
Not here.
Right now.
Oh, so that he's... because Morgan's had him slipping a little bit.
Hey!
Come on, Morgan. Sometimes I feel like it would be so cool to, like, do something like that and find your inner peace, you know? What a happy scene. Oh, please watch out behind you. For God's sake, this is one of those scenes when something comes out from the
It's all
bush
yours.
behind, isn't it? Gee, whip his ass. Redirect. 4. But why wouldn't you just lead with the bloody... Why? Grab Morgan and...
Not here. How could you do that? That wasn't for you to do. You can't just step in.
Let's go home.
You're not going anywhere.
You're coming back. You are done with this. You made it out.
Morgan, for the love of... He's already gone, man. He's a freaking goner.
Kill me.
And imagine, for all we know, Morgan's still in this perpetual state, or... like, he might have another episode like this. We don't know. I really freaking like that guy as well. What's Morgan doing? Is he just in that loop now, stuck? Please tell me Morgan's not in that.
Thank you.
Poor people probably died anyway. Oh, not the frickin' stupid. I'm telling you now, if a walker does that to one of my animals, no mercy. Oh, wow. So he did. I thought so, like...
But I got him here and I didn't know where to look.
Look at all the ones that say Jane Doe, because they obviously didn't have ID or anything. Far out.
I put him in that cell. And I let him starve to death.
I knew it. And then he
It
realised.
took 47 days. What I did to him, it didn't give me any peace. I found my peace when I decided to never kill again. Progress.
Yeah, progress. You know what's crazy? You know how much hope this episode gives me that, like, Morgan can continue to, if obviously he stays Zen, if he can teach Rick this level of Zen. Like, Rick has his moments. I don't want to sit here and talk like Rick is psychotic, but, like, you know, moments like when he was sort of saying, me? And he was, like, pointing a gun at everyone. Moments like that, if he could just calm. Surely we get some kind of insight to what happened last episode. No? Or am I gonna have to wait till tomorrow? And I'm gonna watch one tomorrow, probably. Back to square one.
You think it can work out that way with me?
Yes,
Where there
I
are
think
other...
it can.
Whoa! This might be your very first evil.
I saw how settled this place was in the pictures I found.
What is that? Is this an infection or something?
I'm probably going to die. But if I don't, I'm going to have to kill every person here. Every one of them.
Whoa! Oh my days, it freaks me the hell out that he is being left alive. There's no aftermath about freaking Glenn, for God's sake. And we end there. Alright guys, I'm going to keep this very short. As much as I have a lot to say, I feel like I don't need to say. But we had a bit of a backstory, kind of an origin story for Morgan, which is really good to see, and like I said, it changes my perspective completely on a lot of things of his character, how his character can help us going forward, whether his character might come with some detriment, I don't know. I feel like I'm battling a lot with the whole you don't need to kill and you shouldn't always kill kind of logic, because like he said, for some people it just doesn't work. There are some people out there who are just pure evil. On the other hand, right, it does consume you, and like throughout this episode we learned a lot about this other character and Morgan, and how the issues they faced consumed them and it sent them to very dark places. That's why they needed this Zen, which meant not killing. It's funny because I see it almost like a bit of a balance. Can we really say to Rick, oh, find the Zen? I mean, we've kind of seen it before when he was Farmer Rick, right? Find the Zen. You won't need to be like, you won't lose yourself. And we sort of see very briefly Rick in that place of Zen. But we know it doesn't last. We know it can't last. We know if it were to last, it would have consequences, because people need to be able to have a switch that they can turn on and off. And that's a skill I think is going to be crucial with Morgan, passing it on to Rick, passing it on to anyone. The ability to turn that on and off when needed. To be able to reach that place of peace and zen and not to let yourself fall off that cliff. That's the crucial thing. Whether Morgan has another slip up, whether he teaches Rick or he doesn't, or what, I don't know. But there's a lot going forward now with what I've just witnessed, which changes everything. It makes me worry a little bit less about Morgan in some ways, but then worry in other ways. But I don't really know. Like, I don't know whether to think that. I don't know what to think. I feel like this episode could be foreshadowing so much keeping that dude alive. And are we going to look back at this episode in a season's time or 6 episodes time or whenever and be like, for God's sakes, do they even know that Morgan's keeping him? I don't know. I don't know what to think, and I'm in a state of unsure right now, and I really like it. It's exciting. This episode was fantastic in terms of perspective and the past and getting some understanding on it, but what next is what matters. We've still got this huge horde, we've got everything that happened with Glenn, with Rick, all of that, and I don't know what to think about that still. I don't know whether to believe my theories, I don't know, I'm still in a state of panic about it. I want to think he's alive, but I'm preparing myself for him not to be. So now it's just a matter of getting ready for the next episode. I'm telling you now, I could not stop thinking about it. Anyway, I've now had to change my battery a gazillion times, and I think it's good to leave it here. It's weird because this episode put me in a state of, I feel a little bit comfortable. I think only because it gave me a break from the traumatic crap of last episode, and I had a chance to sort of like not think about it. If it went straight into an episode of mourning Glenn or finding his body torn apart or what, if it went straight to that, it would, suck. Alexandria is still in its infant stage with us, right? And we still need to find a way to get this place safe, successful, and protected, and implement everything we wanted to implement before we get another attack. This wolf nonsense isn't over. They could be planning attack as we speak, and dealing with walkers and all that nonsense at the same time. There's a lot on our plate, but yeah. Oh man, I can't stop thinking about Glenn, and it's making me upset. Someone did comment, and I saw it slip through, being like, I'm a bit worried about whether he's going to be able to finish this show. Me too. Oh gosh. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for new content every single week. And of course, follow the Instagram, Daniel Reed with 2 Ds. And let me know down below what you thought the episode, the reaction. I'll get to those. Well, I'll try to get to them. It's a bit harder at the moment and I'm almost avoiding them because of spoilers. But look, intermingle amongst yourselves and eventually I'm sure I will reply to comments. Goodness knows, it might be when I finish the show. Who bloody knows? At some point I'm going to want to read them. But yeah guys, that's all from me. As ever, this has been your boy Dan. Thanks for watching. And I'll catch you in the next one.